So now, the Gaden Lhagyama, this is the name of the book. So actually the first word of the book is Gaden Lhagyama. So that this book doesn't have special title. So it is called, it used the first two words of the book itself. So it's Gaden Lhagyama. The Gaden Lhagyama comes from a lineage, of Tantra lineage in Tibet, which comes from, which definitely comes from Je Tsongkhapa, and that is called Gompa. So Je Tsongkhapa to his the disciple, Sherab Singh, I believe, and then from him. Then his two main disciples received all the lineage. And one of them was told to practice in a cave by his guru. And then he was meditating in the cave for some time. And one day he got a vision of Je Tsongkhapa. So he in a way he saw Je Tsongkhapa as we see each other, you know. So he got that vision. So Je Tsongkhapa, in reality, Je Tsongkhapa came to him, and he could saw Je Tsongkhapa, and so that time Je Tsongkhapa to him appeared like this, what we see now, with his two sons. That's why this is very famous. Je Tsongkhapa statue can be without hat or without this gesture. It is not necessary all the time that he should be in this gesture, right? So he can change his gesture, but it's very famous because two sons and Tsongkhapa himself, this particular Lama got this vision, and from there, so it becomes traditional that we draw or we make statues like this. So he saw the Je Tsongkhapa in this form, okay? And then, when he saw Je Tsongkhapa with his two sons like this, then spiritual sons, like in this way, then he did the practice of seven limbs practice. So how he did seven limbs practice when he saw Je Tsongkhapa in real, that is the text. Okay? That is the text what we are going to talk about. So therefore it is considered a very blessing, full of blessing in this text. Because it was also because Je Tsongkhapa, in reality, Je Tsongkhapa came to this first practitioner and blessed this practitioner, and he practiced the seven limbs during that period, and then he wrote this down. So that becomes very powerful. The text becomes very powerful, right? So, and then now when we talk about the text, we go to the actual text. The first verse is page number 10. Gaden Lhagyama Gungi Tugade Rabar Shoso Kungi Chinjin Zet Chudi Devo Kungi Lochen Rinpoche said the Jebali the Geshe. O omniscient Lord of Dharma, Lochen Rinpoche, please come here together with your spiritual children floating on, what is this? Fluffy. Yeah, fluffy white clouds piled up like fresh curd from the heart of the Lord of Tushita's 100 gods. So this is the translation. So I will use this translation this time, or anyway. The Tushita's 100 gods. That means Gaden Lhagyama. So the Gaden is Tushita. Gaden means Tushita. Tushita is place where Maitreya Buddha, where Maitreya Buddha lives. Okay, that's a one pure land, that is Tushita. So so where is Tushita? So actually in the sky, this is our world. So above this world, far from this world, in the sky, in what do you call this? Vertical. Horizon. This is horizon. This is a vertical, yeah. So vertically it goes vertical. Vertical goes. Because I'm always confused, horizontal and vertical. Which is this way and which is this way. I get confused, you know. So this is vertical. So up and up and up, okay? Goes up, up, up. So that is desire realm. The God realm has 3 different realms. And so the lowest one is desire realm. So desire realm has 6 different worlds, and there goes vertical up and then up, on top, on top, on top. But there is in between, there's a space, you know, a space. So it's like maybe sun is there, the moon is there, and then sun is there, then stars are there, like that, you know. So the realms goes up like that. So the first one is Je, then Sung, Thapter, then comes Gaden. The fourth one is Gaden. So in that realm, the many gods are there, but in that realm, slightly far from the city of that realm, there is Tushita, which is a place of Maitreya, Lord Maitreya. So you should visualize that Tushita, the pure land of Maitreya Lord, Maitreya Lord Maitreya. So it's very, you must visualize as beautiful as you can. So there is no dirt, there is no noise, everything is very peaceful, and all are very beautiful, and the ponds are there, maybe if you like hills are there. So you just think as beautiful as you can, visualize. And then there's a big palace of Maitreya Lord, and surrounded by bodhisattvas like Avalokiteshvara, Manjushri, and then other bodhisattvas. All the actually great masters that we have in our lineage, our traditional lineage. They all, after they passing away, they all gone to this place. So like Atisha is also there in Tushita in the form of the god. So the citizens of Tushita, they all are very mostly bodhisattvas. Ordinary beings are also there, but mostly bodhisattvas. We can also be born there. We will not be born as a bodhisattva. if we can't born in this place, we will born as an ordinary person. Ordinary persons are there, but most of the citizens are bodhisattvas. So they are very peaceful, no jealousy, no hatred, no anger at all. And there's always, in the ponds, maybe birds are, ducks or bird, duck and the birds are good. But they are singing, when they are singing, there comes Dharma words. And the trees, leaves are, the wind blows the leaves and they make sounds, they all are Dharma words. And then drums are beaten, but then the sound comes out of the drum is Dharma words. It's always like that. So everywhere, atmosphere is Dharma atmosphere. And very peaceful, no jealous, no hatred, everybody is very happy. And getting teachings from Mithya, Lord, and other bodhisattvas. So, that is visualization of Tushita, pure land, which is the place of Mithya Buddha. Mithya Buddha is the future Buddha who will come to this world as Bodhisattva Muni came here. But he will come after Bodhisattva Muni's teaching disappeared from this world. Right? Okay. So that is the Tushita. So very beautiful place, wonderful place. You must, you can visualize this every day, whenever you do the practice, and you must produce kind of willing desire to be born over there. That will be one of the causes to be born, reborn in that place. You must some kind of attachment. You must some kind of must create some kind of attachment towards that pure land. Every day you produce that. That will help you to create the karma to be born over there. That is very important for us. Because we will not be able to be enlightened. We are quite unlikely to be enlightened in this life. Right? So we need some shelter. We don't want to go to hell, do we? Nobody wants to go to hell. So if we be born again in this world, maybe that life would be okay. But after that life is not guaranteed. So the best way is maybe to be born in Tushita. Yeah. So what you can do is you must create the karma to take birth in Tushita. So that is one the way how to create the karma. So whenever you visualize, you should visualize very beautiful, very happy, and then you should increase your desire to go there. If you visualize a boring place, then you cannot create the desire, and then you will not be able to create the karma, right? So it should be, according to you, it should be very beautiful. The real one you have not seen, I have not seen, nobody has seen. But some descriptions are there. Those descriptions are also the visions of that particular Lama, particular Guru. So that particular Guru had that vision according to his level, Because actually everything is not there, over there. Nothing is over there. It is actually from here, your mind projection that we have talked earlier. The beautiful, ugly, happiness, sorrow, misery, pleasure, everything is your projection. You project them, you make them. There's nothing there. So similarly, this pure rain also is not exception. It is not an exception. It is also projection of your mind. So we must project. you must create. So you must, if we are going to create our own world, then why don't we create a good one, free from suffering? So that's why we must create pure. Okay? So visualization, every day you do the practice, as I suggested you, we must practice every day, daily basis, not once or twice in a month. Then that is not enough for us. Every day basis. The time can be short, that doesn't matter. It can be 15 minutes, it can be half an hour, it can be 10 minutes, but it should be done. It can be in the morning, it can be in the evening, it can be in the afternoon, doesn't matter. But you should practice once a day. That is very important. So then you get used to that practice. Slowly, day after day, month after month, year after year. So before very long, we will get used to that, and then we will be anyway. Then the practice becomes regular, right? And you can train your mind to that way. And then the Tushita, Pure Land, everything is not very far from you. It is very near to you. It is very close to you. Okay? So it is Guru Yoga. We must do every day basis. Every day basis. It will only take 10 minutes at most. But if you make it longer, you can make it longer. But if you sometimes you are very busy, we all are involved in worldly activities, so we can be very busy, so it can be shortened, lengthened, right? It can be lengthened, so half an hour, or sometimes even 1 hour. So you can prolong the land. Okay. So that is. So you do this visualization. So you must imagine that you are there and you are seeing the pure land and you are enjoying watching that, and the happiness, the peaceful, the thoughts of Dharma, the atmosphere, you must totally enjoy. And then you, then after that, when you say the verses, first verse, from the heart of the Lord of Tushita 100 goals. Lord of Tushita 100 goals. Who is Lord of Tushita 100 goals? The Mithya Lord is the Lord of Tushita 100 goals. Okay? So if 100 goals doesn't mean there are only limit of 100 goals are there. There might be thousands of gods are there. Thousands of. But it's just in Tibetan, when the prayer was composed, so if you say 1,000 or 100,000, so it was not suitable with the word, So he used this is just a plural word, just not singular, plural word. So it means the Lord of Tushita has many gods. That means that. Okay? So from the heart, you visualize the floating, white cloud. White cloud. White cloud. It's like a very white, fine, like a fresh yogurt, or fresh snow, like very white. So on that you visualize from in the heart of Lord Maitreya, you have visualized the cloud, and then on that cloud or in the cloud, but on top, So you visualize Je Tsongkhapa with his two spiritual sons, as you see over here. And then when you see them, then that is also, again, you must visualize in the nature of your Guru. That is very important in the form of Tsongkhapa, Je Tsongkhapa, but in the nature of your guru. Because you think in the nature of your guru, when you visualize or when you think that the Je Tsongkhapa is in the nature of your guru, then it is very fast to get the blessings. It is very fast. It gets faster to to receive all kind of, to achieve all kind of attainments. So, if you don't have your guru there, then you may not be able to get the blessings. You may not be able to achieve any kind of attainments. So that's why it is in the nature of your guru. But in the form of Je Tsongkhapa or in the form of any deity, because it becomes the blessing greater and greater. Okay? So there's two things. The two reasons, because of these two reasons, you must note down those two reasons. Don't forget these two reasons. And then in the form of Je Tsongkhapa, in the nature of your guru. Okay? And then you invite them, please, you saw them, and then you invite them, please come to me. Please come, because I want to accumulate merit. I want to purify as an object of purification. Object for purification and accumulation of merit. Please come to me. You invite them, right? Or the omniscient Lord of Dharma, or King of Dharma. King of Dharma, who is omniscient and whose name is Lochen Rinpoche, and with your two spiritual children, please come please come here. Okay, so that is invitation.